And as a pro-Palestinian, I think we should call out lunacy on both sides. And while I hate the Israeli side infinitely more, this is unacceptable, and it relinquishes the moral high ground that we have by advocating for Palestinians. What he's about to say right now, I've never said this about a pro-Palestinian person. It's bordering on like blood libel. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. I'll let him say it.
This was a CIA+MOSSAD op, and it's a fake humanitarian agency, and what they do is they lure Palestinians from all over Gaza to come to a specific area in Gaza and say, hey, we're promising you food, we're promising you medicine. Then they show up, and in many instances, the IDF opens fire and murders them. I'm not even kidding.
All right, let's just go over that. Let's go, this is like 9/11 truther kind of stuff. Like controlled demolition level of stupidity. So let's go over the incentives. If Israel wanted to kill as many Palestinians as they could, because just for the sake of killing Palestinians, like their main goal is killing Palestinians. If you think that, and I don't, I think their main goal, I think they want to drive them out of Gaza as a final solution. I think actually killing them is the antithesis of what they want, because killing them gets them international backlash, and American presidents even are going to be less able to support that, and American senators, right? Not because I think they have sympathy for Palestinians, it's because it's just not going to allow them to achieve their final solution, is killing them. The killing is coming as a result of, a lot of the times, excessive force or collateral damage or using hunger as a weapon of war. So there's lots of war crimes mixed in there. And Hamas certainly is in the Gaza Strip. So anyone who thinks that Hamas doesn't have a little bit to do with this is absurd, right? They're clearly going after Hamas in some capacity because they've killed a lot of their leaders. Now Hamas is probably the same size as it was before October 7th, and they haven't done that much to curtail it, but whatever. Now let's go over the incentives of Kyle Kulinski's conspiracy theory. He's alleging that this is a CIA+MOSSAD op to kill more Palestinians. Now, in any genocide ever, the genocider is trying to hide the genocide, right? Certainly in Syria, Sednaya prison. We didn't know much about that until Assad's regime fell. Like the Caesar photos. We didn't know anything about that until Caesar took those photos in Syria. That's not a genocide, but it's similar. And every single genocide is kind of downplayed. Like even the Armenian genocide, they were like, oh, we're not killing them, we're just marching them out into the desert where they're going to kind of starve and die inevitably. So all these genocides kind of avoid the killing fact. So why would Israel, if they want to commit a genocide, do it in the most obvious, cruel way possible? Like the most attention-getting, the points in Gaza that are the most attention-seeking are the humanitarian points, because there's only a few of them now, right? The UN system had hundreds, now there's only a few. So are they really that strapped for killing people that they can't do it in Al-Mawasi? They have to do it in the aid centers, right? And millions, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have went to these aid centers, and they're way under humanitarian aid. Like they don't have enough humanitarian aid in them, of course, and they're not getting enough. But hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Gazans have went to these aid centers. 500 have died. Now, I don't like the talking point that there's no genocide because only 50,000 have died of 2 million. I think that's an incoherent argument. But if they're really drawing them in and firing upon them, like as a method of killing, then why have only 500,000 died? Why have only 500 died? Sorry. Why have only 500 died? And we know why 500 died. It's because IDF commanders told their soldiers to shoot into crowds to disperse them. Because they were getting too rowdy because they were starving and crawling over each other to get the limited food that was available to them. Or possibly an IDF commander accused someone in the crowd of being Hamas, and then they just fired into the crowd. Whatever. This is not a CIA+MOSSAD op designed to kill as many Palestinians as possible, right? If Israel wanted to kill as many if they were going to do that, they might as well just drop a nuke on Gaza. It would actually provide them more plausible deniability than doing a CIA+MOSSAD op of using aid centers to kill them. Because at least then they could say, oh, we're just nuking Hamas and operating at a civilian to militant casualty ratio of 1 to 50. Right? We're just doing that. We're just loosening the rules of engagement. It's not even a genocide. Right? What if the intelligence for this got out? The CIA was in on this? Mossad? If any of this got out, it would be the worst thing Israel's ever done by multiple leaps and bounds. It would not even be close. And no one would ever support them. Every Republican in Congress would immediately turn on Israel. That's a crazy statement. I know people would disagree with that. But if CIA Mossad report, or if we found that they were using these to draw in Palestinians and kill them conclusively, then I believe every single senator in the United States would immediately turn on Israel. This is my good faith interpretation. If anyone doesn't turn on Israel after they're found to literally be Nazis perpetrating the Holocaust, which would be the equivalent of using UN aids, of using these aid sites to kill Palestinians, then they probably won't be voted back in, and they're probably beyond saving, morally speaking. But the reason I say this is like 9/11 truther kind of stuff is because he's not looking at the incentives. Right? Why? If we think about like it was 9/11 was a controlled demolition. Well, what's the incentives for that? Why do the plane stuff then? Like, why not just pretend that there was like a van with a big bomb that drove into the train center? Or why take the risk with the terrorists hijacking the planes where everything could go wrong in your plan, and then you have buildings wired to explode, and then everything just doesn't work out, right? So that's where the incentives aren't fully thought through, even if we grant him the premise, right? If Israel wanted to kill Palestinians, it would do so in the darkest corner of Gaza, right? It would probably do so in the refugee camps, where there's no attention, right? Now, it's hard to even imagine Israel doing that. That's like assigning such a cartoonish, truly like Holocaust level of evil to the IDF, which I think is morally just like repulsive. Like I think the IDF, there are obviously members of the IDF who are Nazi, like literal Nazis, like extremist Nazis, but I don't think assigning everyone in the IDF to this genocidal conspiracy that nobody has revealed is absurd. Like the idea that everyone in the IDF is keeping this just like on the lowdown, like this genocide is secret. It's absolutely I don't like saying it. It's a blood libel type thing. It's just so it's not correct. Like if this was happening, there would be IDF soldiers completely willing to leak the fact that they had been ordered to shoot Palestinians coming to aid sites for no reason. Right? The only soldiers who've leaked anything said that they were ordered to shoot to disperse crowds. And we don't even know if they were shooting like in the air or at them. I think in some cases it was at them, because how else do you explain the death toll? But it's just the chaos. Like, right, chaos at these aid sites is causing deaths. There's no other way around it. Whether it's IDF soldiers panicking because they felt their life was in danger, or to something else, right? But it's totally plausible, because when you have this few aid sites and this many Palestinians going to each of them, then the chaos is going to be unmanageable and people will die. So that's my thoughts on this. CIA Mossad op, like, I'll say the same thing I said in the last video. If you dislike or disagree with this, please leave a comment and say why you think that this was a CIA Mossad op. Like, please. I would do anything for you to leave that comment. And I'll respond to it. Make the argument. Make the argument that the IDF is giving these orders to soldiers to kill Palestinians just for the purpose of killing Palestinians. That is completely, like, against the incentives of Israel. And Israel's incentives are evil. I think that they are highly immoral. And the fact that we still have to relitigate this conflict over and over, year after year, is because of Israel. because of the things that they refused to give up. Because of this land was promised to us 3,500 years ago. But that's it for this. I don't really want to watch any